So, welcome back to today's video. Today's episode is about the state of Berlin. We keep on going with our series about covering the 16 German federal states, or Bundesländer as we call them. And so today we have the state of Berlin, which is a Stadtstaat. I already have the translation pulled up here, which just means city-state, and it's a state which is not containing like multiple cities or like more than just one city, but a state is containing like one city, like New York in the US. Let's have a look at the map. It's located in the very east of Germany, very northeast, like right next to Poland. And let's just keep on going and dive into the article real quick. I'm gonna go through, as always, the text here, explain the words, and explain the data and the facts, Daten und Fakten. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. So, kreativ, schnell, weltoffen. Seit dem Mauerfall zählt Berlin zu den spannendsten, queerligsten Städten Europas. Wie im Zeitraffer pulsiert die 3,4 Millionen Metropole, welche zugleich die Hauptstadt der Bundesrepublik und ein deutsches Bundesland ist. Weit über 1000 Events bietet Berlin täglich, ob Staatsoper, Vernissage im Hinterhof oder Multikulti-Festival. Oder Festival. If you want to translate it, pronounce it like very Englishy, which no one does, you could say festival, but yeah, it's kind of ingrained in me. Anyways. Daten und Fakten. Bevölkerung 3,76 Millionen. Landeshauptstadt Berlin. Größe 892 Quadratkilometer. Bruttoinlandsprodukt in Millionen Euro 2024 207.058. Platz 6. Bruttoinlandsprodukt pro Kopf in Euro 2024 54.607. Platz 6. Einzigartig, bis 1990 war Berlin eine durch Mauer, Stacheldraht und Todesstreifen geteilte Stadt und die Hauptstadt der DDR. Sitze im Bundesrat 4. Platz 1 im Ranking, Deutschlands größte Stadt. Special Fact, der regierende Oberbürgermeister ist zugleich Oberhaupt des Landes und der Stadt. So, let's just start. Kreativ, schnell, weltoffen. That means creative, fast, world open, word by word, but that just means open to the world. And yeah, I think, other means like very liberal, basically. Seit dem Mauerfall zählt Berlin zu den spannendsten, queerligsten Städten Europas. Seit dem Mauerfall, since the Mauerfall, word by word, that's a word that is put together or like made up of two words. So Mauer means I'm blanking on the word. Mauer. Sorry, that is of course written with a wall with a capital M. Oh yeah, I was blanking on the word. So Mauer means wall. Fall means like fall, to break down in this case. So since the breakdown of the wall, I don't know what it's called in English, but like the Great Berlin Wall, Berliner Mauer, sorry, with a capital. Yeah, the Berlin Wall, or Berlin Wall, I don't know. Zählt Berlin zu den spannendsten, queerligsten Städten Europas. Zählt, that derivation word counting, but that just means counts also in English. In some languages it might not be translated that way, but in English it also counts as, not counts, but it is translated counts. So Berlin counts zu den spannendsten, to the spannend is like fascinating, exciting, kind of mysterious. I think like exciting should be the correct translation. Yeah, most exciting. So it counts, do you say to the, but it counts as one of the most exciting, basically. Queerlig is very like, very own, like doing something your own way, being very, like, kind of non-mainstream, if you get what I mean. Queerlijk, let's just translate that. And queerlijksten is, of course, the most, in this case, queerlijk, whichever that means, lively, cities in Europe in this case. Europas is genitive case, so of Europe. So, kreativ, schnell, weltoffen, creative, fast, open to the world. Seit dem Mauerfall zählt Berlin zu den spannendsten, queerligsten Städten Europas. Since the breakdown of the Berlin Wall, Berlin counts, or has been counting, I don't know, as one of the most exciting, most lively cities of Europe, in Europe, whichever way you want to say that. Wie im Zeitraffer pulsiert die 3,4 Millionen Metropole, welche zugleich die Hauptstadt der Bundesrepublik und ein deutsches Bundesland ist. Wie im Zeitraffer, like in time, which is what is that called? Time lapse, I guess. Zeitraffer, time lapse, yeah. So like in a time lapse, I don't know. Pulsiert, you could say, I don't know, is pulsing a word in English? It derives from the word pulse, which is pulse. Pulsates, yeah, pulsates. The 3.4 million metropole, so the same in English, welche zugleich die Hauptstadt der Bundesrepublik und ein deutsches Bundesland ist. So, like in time-lapse, or in a time-lapse, I don't know, pulsates the 3.4, in English you say point, in German you say comma, so 3,4 you would say in English, but wouldn't say that, but as a translation, word by word. Million metropole, million of course in terms of people, welche zugleich die Hauptstadt der Bundesrepublik und ein deutsches Bundesland ist. Which zugleich means at the same time. Zugleich, like to, the same. Gleich is just the same. But that just means at the same time. Die Hauptstadt, the capital city, der Bundesrepublik, of the Federal Republic, but like Germany. Referring to it. Und ein deutsches Bundesland ist. And a German federal state is, word by word, but in this case, like in time-lapse, the 3.4 million metropole pulsates, which is at the same time the capital city and a German federal state of the Federal Republic. So, yeah. Weit über 1000 Events bietet Berlin täglich, ob Staatsoper, Vernissage im Hinterhof oder Multikulti-Festival. I mean, I know I pronounce that very much English-like, but in German, like, if you talk to anyone in Germany, they're gonna say festival or something like that, but yeah, just don't be confused. We don't talk like that, it's just me. Weit über 1000 Events, wide, like word by word, wide over 1000 events, bietet Berlin täglich. Bieten in general means like to offer, yeah, but in this case also in English you say offer. So wide over 1000 events offers Berlin daily. So Berlin offers more than 1000 events daily. That's just a phrase, wide over. Like word by word. Ob Staatsoper, like ob means if, but like no matter, like Staatsoper means what's it called, state opera, you could say. Staatsoper, yeah, state opera. So like opera, I guess, what's it called, gehören, gehören, belonging, yeah, belonging to the state. Vernissage, I think it's the same in English. Vernissage. Im Hinterhof, in the, I think there is a known word in English, but it just means the not garden, yeah, backyard, yeah. Yard in the back, word by word. Hinter is like back or like behind something. Hinten is in the back of something. Hof. Let me just blanking on the words today. Courtyard, yeah. So it's kind of like the courtyard, and that's just the back courtyard. So backyard. So that just means more than 1,000 events Berlin is offering or offers daily, no matter of state opera, vernissage in the backyard, oder means all, Multikulti festival. Multikulti, I don't know if it's the same in English, but this just means multicultural. Let me just translate that. Yeah, multicultural festival should be exactly the same. Yeah, and that was it for the short description. By the way, this is called the Berliner Bär, which is kind of, just in terms of this logo or flag, you're going to encounter this if you kind of engage with, I wouldn't say historic, but like kind of historic content of Berlin. You're going to encounter the Berliner Bär or Berlin Bär many times probably, but yeah. Daten und Fakten, so data and facts. Bevölkerung, which means population, 3,76 Millionen, 3.76 million. Landeshauptstadt, capital of this case federal state. Land, almost in every case means country, but in this case it's not regarding a like real country, but this federal state or Bundesland as we call it in German. Berlin, so it's like Luxembourg, where not the same because Luxembourg is an actual country with different cities in it, but like it's kind of the same, if you know what I mean. Or like New York. Größe, which means size, 892 Quadratkilometern, so 892 square kilometers. Bruttoinlandsprodukt in Millionen Euro. So that means we did like the last episodes, which is not very important because it's something very specific in terms of economy, gross domestic product, but I think it just means how much money the federal state makes in per year. So, but I'm not quite sure. And just something economically related. Anyways, in Millionen Euro, so in million euros, just unit in terms of that. 2024 means 2024. Wow. 207.058, Platz 6. 207,058, so million euros, or 207 Milliarden 58 Millionen Euro. So yeah, 207 billion and 58 million euros. Platz 6, as I explained in the last few episodes, Platz can mean like space or square in terms of cities, but in this case it just means to be in a ranking, like here also a ranking, Platz. It's just in terms of where you put in a ranking, Platz 6, so 6 out of the it is put on in the 6th place in terms of the 16 federal states as a city, which is probably quite good. 207,058. Yeah, we discussed that. Bruttoinlandsprodukt pro Kopf in Euro 2024 54.607, Platz 6. So that is also the gross domestic product per head, which I also explained in the last episode, it just means per person. In euro, in euro of course. Just switch the translations. 2024, yeah. 2024, 54.607 Euro, so every person on average makes 55,607 euros per year, I guess. Platz 6, also 6th place. Einzigartig. Bis 1990 war Berlin eine durch Mauer, Stacheldraht und Todesstreifen. Oh, I see a spelling mistake. Funnily enough. Geteilte Stadt und die Hauptstadt der DDR. Einzigartig, which means special, or special in general. Bis 1990, up until 1990, Berlin was in English because the sentence structure is different. Eine durch Mauer, a, feminine, but a, through walls. Stacheldraht means, what's it called? So this wire fence. Stacheldraht. Barbed wire, yeah. Barbed wire. Und Todesstreifen. Here we see a spelling mistake actually, because that is incorrect. That would have to be this, because this is a genitive kind of case, but not the entire word, but like the Streifen means strip. Tod, this part means death, and the strip of the death, Todesstreifen, this is what it means, so death strip in English. Bis 1990, up until 1990, Berlin was a through walls, barbed wire and death strip parted city, and the capital of the DDR. Hauptstadt means capital, und die Hauptstadt der DDR. I forgot to read it in German. So, einzigartig bis 1990 war Berlin eine durch Mauer, Stacheldraht und Todesstreifen geteilte Stadt und die Hauptstadt der DDR. So, it was a city, like there is much history on it, up until 1990, parted due to or by walls, barbed wire and death strips. Yeah, that you would probably pronounce, because it's spelled, I mean, you don't have to know that, but that would be pronounced Todesstreifen, but there is no word like Treifen or something, so yeah. Todesstreifen, and there is missing an S. And it was the capital city of the DDR. Sitze im Bundesrat means seats in the Bundesrat, which is the, what's it called? Vertretung, representation of the federal stage, and they sit together and are the probably second most important organ of the German government, I think. And yeah, in the last episode, or somewhere I said I didn't know that, but I just learned that because in politics, what's it called? Class, do you say class? Unterricht? That just means class or instruction or lesson. We're being taught a lot, but to be honest, nobody really cares about what it actually is and keeps the knowledge. But yeah. Sitze im Bundesrat, so seats in the Bundesrat, or which way do you say that in English? Bundesrat. Federal Council, yeah. Some political organ. 4, so has 4 seats in there. Platz 1 im ranking in German, you would say ranking instead of ranking, which is kind of the British English pronunciation, but yeah. Platz 1 im ranking, first place in the ranking. Deutschlands größte Stadt, Germany's biggest city. Special fact, as you would hear it in German. Der regierende Oberbürgermeister ist zugleich Oberhaupt des Landes und der Stadt. The reigning which is it called? Oberbürgermeister, like the mayor, but some special, like, higher form of that. Ober, because that means, like, kind of superior or upper. Well, by what that would mean upper mayor, but probably the kind of superior mayor. But I think it's just because the city is so big, they call it Oberbürgermeister. So it's probably just the strengthened form of mayor. The reigning mayor is zugleich, we had that here, at the same time, Oberhaupt. That derives from the word Haupt, which means main or main, you know, main thing, main, like Hauptsache is main thing. But Haupt also, I think, was historically derived from the word head, mein Haupt. Like in historic German text, you're gonna hear it a lot, mein Haupt, instead of mein Kopf, which means my head. So Oberhaupt means superior head or upper head, you could say. And as in English, you kind of also use that, the head of the gang, for example, or the head of the, you know, like the leader, it just means. And at the same time, leader of the state in this case, general country, but in this case state, so the city of Berlin, und der Stadt, and the city. So, special fact, you would say in German. Der regierende Oberbürgermeister ist zugleich Oberhaupt des Landes und der Stadt. The reigning mayor is at the same time the leader of the country and the city. Yeah. And that was it for today. I hope you liked it. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to, and if you've got anything to add, any other like recommendations or which I should read, or anything you want to just add, just write in the comments. And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.